Good morning. This is a special meeting of the Cameron County Commissioners Court, March 3rd. It's now 8 a.m. As we do all meetings, we'll start with an invocation. If we have nobody here that wants to do that, let's just stand for a moment in silence. And I'd like to ask Mr. Pete Sepulveda and David Garcia to lead us in the two pledges of allegiance. Let's just stand for a moment of silence. Thank you. Pete and David?
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one indivisible.
Thank you. Item 1, public comments. Anybody wish to make any public comments at this time?
Tonight in Raymondville, right? We have the first public hearing for I-37 extension from Corpus to the Valley, and I know that I'm going to try to be there. Pete and David will be there, but I would encourage any of the other members of the court, to, if they have a chance, to drop by.
Thank you. Item 2, presentations or resolutions. Item A, consideration approval of a resolution authorizing Cameron County Extension Service to apply to the Lower Rio Grande Valley Development Council for the 2009 Source Reduction and Recycling Composting Project and continue Cameron County's partnership with the Cameron County Master Gardener Association. Was this on last week? Didn't we already approve it?
It'd have to be a separate one.
Okay.
And I'll make a motion for approval.
Okay, so this is okay? Moved by Commissioner Tamayo, second by Commissioner Gatz. Any discussion? All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Item carries. Item B, consideration approval of resolution authorizing Cameron County Sheriff's Department to submit a continuing grant application to the Lower Rio Grande Development Council for the 2009 Solid Waste Local Enforcement Project and designation of a funding source for the required match. Frank?
Judge and Commissioners, this application is a continuation project. We applied for solid waste funding for the project in December for the 08 project year. We're now applying for the 09 project year, which affects your fiscal year 2009 budget. It's pretty similar to what we did in December for the current year. The local match is $86,896. There's a $30,000 grant. The court should know, as I indicated in the agenda item, that the project staff is requesting a 3% increase, and that's included in this budget.
How much was budgeted for the 08? Is it already in the...
For 08, which is the current year, the county included $86,587.
Okay.
And this year, the request is for $86,896, which is about the same because we made some reductions in some of the other line items.
Okay, Frank, do we get a report or anything from the Solid Waste Division in terms of tonnage and convictions and?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right.
We usually include that with the agenda items, but this is a new application, so we don't have that right now.
Okay. Any questions? Do I have a motion?
So moved. I'll second it.
Moved by Commissioner Gatsa, second by Commissioner. Moved by Commissioner Wood, second by Commissioner Gatsa. Discussion.
I've understood, Frank, if I remember correctly, that the Rio Grande Development Council is moving away from the enforcement aspect of solid waste and trying to do more of the recycling effort.
Correct.
And more, as as I've seen through the years, the amount of grant has been lowered and the local match has increased. Is there any plan or any thoughts about applying or trying to incorporate some kind of a program together with these grants for recycling, for doing any of that?
Law enforcement is a local responsibility, and that's why the Development Council is moving away from that. If there is no longer grant money, the court will have to decide if it wants to fund it or to what level it wants to fund it. You know, the court may also want to meet with the sheriff's office to see if they would consider using their forfeiture funds
Well,
to
you know,
help fund it.
the thing is, I see our first presentation that we just approved for a grant submission, and it's for reduction and recycling and
Right.
composting project. And, you know, we as a county, aside from the in-kind work that we have committed to doing, you know, are not doing much more than that. We're having to have them go out and look for resources to make up what they need for their grant. And we have another grant, you know, which is just total enforcement and no education, and it's flip-flopping, you know. It seems that we need to consider addressing some type of a program that would deal with educating of these folks that are being, you know, arrested or being cited, you know. I mean, we're doing the law enforcement part, but we're not doing enough of the other aspect of it, and it's costing us a whole lot more for the enforcement part, and the other one, you know, we're not committed very much to, so I think we need to kind of...
Are you referring to the educational component for these people, or what?
Well, I'm referring to...
I'm trying to understand.
I'm referring to, you know, the Lower Rio Grande Development Council has now wanted for counties and municipalities to go more into the recycling and composting
Mhm.
of solid waste and
Right.
doing that, you know, and we just approved A,
Mhm.
and these folks, I mean, the only thing I know that we are participating in is whatever in-kind that, you know, we provided to you in regards to some time and some equipment usage by the county, but no dollars per se. But yet we go to the next grant, you know, and that's totally just a grant, right? For you guys? Right. And then we go to the other one, and we're having to come up with $86,000 to get $30,000.
Right.
You know, and it's kind of,
Yeah.
you know, I think we need to start looking at...
The county also applies for monies for Valley Proud, and they also handle an educational component on anti-littering. I mean, if there's a way to turn the law enforcement project into an educational project, we can try and do that. You know, the Development Council has actually been a pretty good partner with Cameron County. Since 1995, when law enforcement first started, we've gotten over $500,000 from the Development Council to support these activities. It's just that now they're moving away.
Yeah, they're shifting their
Right.
focus.
They're shifting
And I
the
think we
focus.
need to shift our focus as a county also, so that we can move into that other area that we need. And I applaud the folks that are here from the Extension Service, because, you know, that's where we need to go in regards to the grants. It's only drying up on the enforcement side.
No.
And our matches are getting larger every year.
You know, but regardless of how it turns out, you know, local enforcement will still remain a need in the county because, you know, there's still a lot of illegal dumping out there.
Right. But local enforcement, as far as the Development Council is concerned, is a local
Right.
issue for us,
Right.
not a grant-funded issue. So I just, you know, I mean, I think we need to start thinking in a little different direction.
Well, maybe the fines that are given to people that are doing illegal dumping, and I know that through the Sheriff's Department, they have been extremely cooperative with us, their task force, in finding those people that are doing illegal dumping. But perhaps they can, along with a fine, maybe they can be, just like some people are given community service, they could be given either community service in this arena, having to do with the environment and keeping our county clean, or being assigned to go to some educational courses to prevent this. In other words, maybe we need to be harder on them also.
I don't see the sheriff's office here, I don't.
Well, and I'm not saying they're not doing their job.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm
No,
saying.
well, that's what I'm saying. I'm
Yeah.
just saying that they're doing, but I'm just saying there can be something added
To
to their fine, and not just to pay and be fined, but also physically that they do something.
With the approval if this application is approved, we'll have funding through the end of the '09 project year, so we'll have some time to try and work with the sheriff's office and the development council and any other partners we can find to try and make it less burdensome on the county budget, if we can.
Thank you.
Thank you, Frank. Had a motion, a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Item carries. Item C, presentation honoring Chief Carlos Garcia for being named board chairman of the Automobile Burglary and Theft Prevention Authority by Governor Rick Perry. Tony?
Judge, Commissioners, it's not every day that someone from our area gets appointed to a board, but to be appointed the chairman of the board is very special, should be very special to us in Cameron County. The Texas legislature created the Auto Theft Prevention Authority in '91, and Chief Garcia got appointed to the board in 2003. We've been on the program since 1999, and this program has been very beneficial to the citizens of Cameron County. Now the governor has appointed Carlos Garcia, our police chief, as chairman of the board, and we're very proud of that. So with that being said, I'll turn it over to you.
Yeah, we have a resolution here we'd like to give you, Chief, and as you know, we've worked very well together in terms of the southbound surveillance with the Border Security Council and really law enforcement throughout the state of Texas, specifically the border. So if you allow me, would you like to come up front? I'll read the resolution real quick. Last time I was up here, I was celebrating Mr. Amigo. It's pretty... This is a resolution that approved and passed by the Cameron County Commissioners Court. Be it resolved that on the 26th day of February 2008, the Cameron County Commissioners Court convened in regular session upon the request of Tony Seguida Jr., Cameron County Tax Assessor Collector and Director of the Cameron County Automobile Crimes Enforcement Task Force. The following item was placed on the agenda of the said court for such meeting. Consideration and adoption of a resolution honoring Chief Carlos Garcia being named board chairman of the Automobile Burglary and Theft Prevention Authority by Governor Rick Perry. Whereas Chief Carlos Garcia is a chief of police for the city of Brownsville's Police Department, member of the Texas Tactical Police Officers Association, earned a bachelor's degree and criminal justice degree from Pan American University, a graduate of the FBI Academy's 173rd class, and was appointed board member to the Automobile Burglary and Theft Prevention Authority in 2003. Whereas the Texas Automobile Burglary and Theft Prevention Authority assesses the scope of motor vehicle theft in Texas and supports a statewide law enforcement network through grants, auto theft reduction initiatives, education, public awareness, and whereas the TABTPA has provided grant funds in South Texas and Cameron County to help reduce auto burglary and theft, and whereas Chief Carlos Garcia will continue to represent the law enforcement sector in Texas and South Texas, and be an asset as the chairman of Texas Automobile Burglary and Theft Prevention Authority Board, the city of Brownsville, Cameron County, and the state of Texas with pride and dignity that the chief has shown throughout his law enforcement career. Be it resolved, Cameron County Commissioners Court and the Director of the Cameron County Automobile Crimes Enforcement Task Force congratulates Chief Carlos Garcia on his appointment as the chairman of the Texas Automobile Burglary and Theft Prevention Authority's Board of Directors, approved the 26th day of February 2008. Cameron County Commissioners Court, signed by yours truly, Carlos Casco, Sofia Benavides, Precinct 1, John Wood, Precinct 2, David Gassa, Precinct 3, Edna Tamayo, Precinct 4. Thank you, Chief.
Thank you, everybody. Judge, County Commissioners, thank you very much for presenting this resolution. It's really an honor and privilege for me to have served in law enforcement for over 26 years and to have represented the city of Brownsville in every project that we've undertook throughout the state of Texas. When I got appointed to this board back in 2003, it was really an honor and privilege just to have been considered by the governor to serve in such a board. When the governor takes it upon himself to ask if you're willing to serve as a chairman, that is really, really an honor and a privilege that, it's very hard to even describe at this point. But I do it not only for the citizens of Brownsville, I also do it for the citizens of Cameron County, and I also represent law enforcement throughout South Texas. So my job's not done yet. I got more responsibilities added on, but that's great. I'm not going to stop anytime soon, and definitely I will try to represent all of you with a lot of pride and dignity. So thank you all very much for this presentation.
Thank you, sir.
If I can hear a motion, a second to acknowledge and approve the resolution. Moved by
Second.
Commissioner Gatsa, second by Commissioner Tamayo. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, item carries. Consent items. Consent items 3A through K, and travel items 4A through K. Any member of the court wish to take out any of those items and discuss separately? If not, do I hear a motion to approve said items?
So moved.
Moved by Commissioner Tamayo, second by Commissioner Benavides. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, item carries. Items for discussion and action. Budget amendments, line item transfers, and/or salary schedules. Nothing. Do I hear a motion to pass?
So moved.
By Commissioner Gatsa.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Wood. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, item carries. Approval of county claims. Members of the court have the opportunity to review the claims.
Move to approve.
Do I hear a motion for approval by Commissioner Gatsa?
Second.
Do I have a second by Commissioner Wood? Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any approved? Item carries. Item C, approval of minutes for February the 19th, 2008. Members of the court had the opportunity to read the minutes.
Yes.
Do I hear a motion to approve the minutes of the 19th of February? Moved by
moved.
Commissioner Tamayo. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Gatsa. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Item carries. Last item, item D, discussion and possible action regarding the county, state, and federal legislative agenda. Anything? Do I hear a motion to pass?
David's gonna make a presentation, I think.
No.
David, you're standing up.
No, it just says nothing. Okay, do I hear a motion to pass?
So moved.
Moved by Commissioner Gatsa. Do I have a second? Second by Commissioner Tamayo. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Item carries. Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Moved by Commissioner Wood.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Benavides. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Item carries. God save this honorable court.